There is one room in your home that the spiritual realm watches more closely than any other. Not your front door, not your prayer closet, your bedroom. I know this because when I was deep in witchcraft, we were trained to never ignore where a person sleeps. Your bedroom is not just a place of rest, it's a place of agreement. It's where your guard is down. It's where your thoughts settle. It's where spiritual permissions are either renewed or broken every single night. Many people pray for breakthrough during the day, but then unknowingly undo that prayer at night, not with sin, not with rebellion, but with objects they've normalized in their sleeping space. I'm not here to scare you. I'm here to tell you the truth. I wish someone had told me sooner. I've watched people fast, pray, give, believe, and still stay stuck financially, emotionally, spiritually, because their bedroom was silently working against them. In the occult, we didn't always need rituals or spells. Sometimes we just needed believers to stay unaware. What I'm about to share is not superstition. These are not lucky or unlucky items. These are spiritual signals, objects that communicate access, memory, distraction, or authority to the unseen realm. If your breakthrough keeps stalling, if peace leaves you at night, if motivation drains the moment you wake up, if clarity disappears after rest, this message is for you. I'm going to expose 4 common bedroom objects that block momentum, suppress spiritual sensitivity, and quietly delay breakthrough. Not because they're evil, but because of what they represent and allow. Listen carefully. One small adjustment can shift everything. The first object is one many people defend: mirrors facing the bed. In witchcraft, mirrors were never treated as decoration. They were treated as witnesses. A mirror doesn't just reflect light, it reflects focus. It holds attention. It amplifies awareness. When a mirror directly faces your bed, it keeps your subconscious alert, even while you sleep. Spiritually, this creates restlessness, vivid dreams. The second object is more emotional than physical items that belong to past seasons you never closed. Old letters, photos from broken relationships, gifts tied to pain, betrayal, or failure, clothes from a season when you were depressed, stuck, or lost. In the occult, we called these anchors, not because they were cursed, but because they kept the soul emotionally tethered to places God had already released the person from. Your bedroom should be the place where tomorrow is prepared. But when objects from yesterday dominate the room, momentum slows. I watched people pray for new beginnings while sleeping next to reminders of endings they never healed from. And every night, their spirit rehearsed what their mouth said they were done with. Here's what matters spiritually. Objects don't speak loudly. They whisper repeatedly. A photo doesn't attack you. A letter doesn't oppress you. But they keep your heart looking backward. And breakthrough only flows forward. In the occult, we didn't need to torment people who surrounded themselves with memory anchors. Their own emotions kept doors open for us. Night after night, the soul revisited what should have been buried. If something in your bedroom reminds you of who hurt you, who you used to be, what didn't work, what failed, it may be time to remove it, not in anger, not dramatically, but intentionally. Closure is not denial, it's alignment. When those items leave, people often report a lighter sleep, a fewer emotional dreams, a renewed motivation, the unexpected clarity. Not because something mystical happened, but because agreement shifted. In the next chapter, I'm going to expose the third bedroom object, the one that quietly steals focus, drains discipline, and keeps spiritual authority scattered. This one is more common than you think. Stay with me. The third object is the one almost everyone keeps within arm's reach, your phone placed beside your bed. In the occult, this was one of the easiest access points, not because technology is evil, but because attention is power. Whatever holds your attention before sleep often governs your inner world during rest. When a phone is the last thing you touch at night and the first thing you reach for in the morning, it silently becomes an authority figure. Notifications replace stillness. Scrolling replaces reflection. Reaction replaces intention. Spiritually, this scatters focus. I watched people pray passionately during the day and then undo that alignment at night by flooding their mind with noise, messages, videos, news, arguments, comparison, all absorbed when the mind is tired and defenses are low. In witchcraft, we knew that a distracted mind is easier to influence than a sinful one. Why? Because distraction prevents depth. Your spirit doesn't get time to settle. Your thoughts don't get time to align. And when alignment doesn't happen before sleep, authority weakens by morning. That's why so many people wake up already tired, not physically, but internally. The phone beside the bed keeps the soul in a state of constant availability, always responding, always reacting, never resting fully under God's covering. I'm not telling you to throw your phone away. I'm telling you to change its position. When people moved their phone away from the bed, even a few feet, sleep improved, anxiety decreased, morning clarity returned, and spiritually, pressure lost consistency. Because authority returns when attention is guarded. In the next chapter, I'm going to expose the fourth and final bedroom object, the one that blocks breakthrough not through distraction, but through unspoken agreement. This one is subtle, and many people resist hearing it. But once it's addressed, breakthrough often accelerates. Stay with me. The fourth object is the most overlooked, uncovered clutter under or around the bed. In the occult, we were taught that whatever stays hidden, unattended, or unresolved becomes a storage point for stagnation. Not because clutter is sinful, but because it represents postponed decisions, and delayed obedience. Under the bed was always symbolic. It's the place closest to where you rest, dream, and reset, yet it's the place most people never check. Boxes of unfinished projects, old paperwork, items you don't want to deal with right now, things you shoved away to avoid deciding. Spiritually, this creates quiet resistance. Breakthrough requires movement. Clutter represents pause. I watched believers pray for acceleration while sleeping above indecision every night. And nothing dramatic happened, no attacks, no fear, just delay. Opportunities slowed, motivation dipped, favor felt distant, not gone, just blocked. Here's the truth most people miss: God moves where clarity lives. When space is clear, direction sharpens. When decisions are resolved, authority strengthens. When environments align, momentum returns. This is why, when people finally cleared under their bed, intentionally, prayerfully, they reported unexpected shifts. Hear ideas returning, the energy increasing, the peace settling, the motivation waking up. Not because the clutter was cursed, but because agreement changed. Your bedroom doesn't need to be perfect, it needs to be intentional. Let me be clear before we end this. This message is not about fear, it's not about obsession, and it's not about rituals. It's about alignment. When mirrors stop watching you sleep, when the past stops sharing your pillow, when distraction stops ruling your attention, when hidden indecision is removed, breakthrough no longer has resistance. Tonight, don't rush, don't panic, just observe. Ask God one simple question: is my resting place aligned with where you're taking me? If the answer brings conviction, that's not condemnation, that's invitation. And invitation is always the beginning of breakthrough. If this message helped you, stay connected to the restoration path. Clarity restores authority, and authority restores momentum. You're closer than you think